hundreds of innocent blacks. Historians estimate about 300 people were killed, mostly blacks at the hands of white men and white police. It's called by some the 1920 Tulsa Race Massacre, destroyed what was known then as Black Wall Street, a thriving area of Tulsa's Greenwood district. Black-owned businesses, shops, theaters, property values. Nearly 100 years later, it appears Tulsa is still struggling with some issues of race. There's new body camera video showing two white police officers confronting two black teens for jaywalking last week. One of the teens gets arrested, the other handcuffed.
Why are you arresting him? Why are you putting handcuffs on him?
Because.
Why are you putting handcuffs on my phone? All he was doing was jaywalking. We just want to talk with him. If you have anything, he had a fool like that.
Monday, a white high-ranking Tulsa police officer on a podcast said, attempting to make an argument of some sort, that there are not racial inequities in law enforcement, that according to his research, police should actually be shooting black people more often than they do.
It says, Christian African Americans about 24% less than the cardiology based on these crimes being committed.
Today, Major Yates is claiming that he was misquoted and says he retracted his statement with attribution to research. However, in Carlos Hill, Department Chair of African and African American Studies at the University of Oklahoma, he's also on the Tulsa Race Massacre Centennial Commission. Professor, thanks so much for joining us. President Trump's campaign manager said, quote, as the party of Lincoln, Republicans are proud of what Juneteenth represents and the Emancipation Proclamation. President Trump has a solid record of success for black Americans. What's your reaction to President Trump restarting his rallies on Juneteenth in Tulsa?
Thank you so much for having me on the show, Jake. I really appreciate it. I love the show and I follow it all the time. But I would say that I hope that President Trump is intending to unite the country and instead of divide the country. He has an opportunity coming to Tulsa, the site of the Tulsa Race Massacre that you mentioned earlier, to bring the country together and actually to raise awareness around the race massacre that has too long been a history that has been shrouded in mystery. So I hope that his business also is about paying homage to the victims and survivors of the race massacre that died 99 years ago, and as well as paying homage to the memory and the life and legacy of George Floyd. I hope that's what he's coming across the board.
When asked why this is happening next Friday, the White House Press Secretary Bill McAdoo today pointed to the president's relationship with black Americans. Let's roll that there.
The African American community is very near and dear to his heart. He's working on rectifying injustices that go back to the very beginning of this country's history.
In your opinion, if you're comfortable giving it, do you think the president is the right messenger for the message on race, racism, what happened in Tulsa, and what happened to George Floyd? This is a campaign rally, after all. He's not coming to Tulsa on the actual 99th anniversary, which was May 31st, June 1st. This is a campaign rally in Tulsa on June.
It's not a question of can he be, but should he be. He should be the messenger for bringing our country together. He should speak in ways that help us to understand this issue in ways that bring us together. I hope when President Trump comes to Tulsa, he will visit the Greenwood Cultural Center. He will visit the John Hall Friendly Center. He will visit Reconciliation Park. He will visit sites connected to the race massacre. He will talk to people like my dear friend Tiffany Crutcher, who started the Terrence Crutcher Foundation to reform police, to create police reform and law enforcement reform in this country, but specifically Tulsa. In honor of a brother, I hope he meets with those community leaders to make sure that they have the kinds of impacts that we hope it will have.
Former Democratic presidential candidate Senator Kamala Harris said about this trip that President Trump was making to Tulsa on Juneteenth, quote, this isn't just a wink to He's throwing them a welcome home party. That's a pretty strong charge. Is it possible that some white supremacists will take it that way?
It's possible, but this is the wrong community. I mean, Tulsa in the Greenwood district is one of the wealthiest black communities in the country in terms of 1921. But in 12 hours, that community was destroyed by a white mob. And the violence was aided and abetted by police and National Guard. Nearly 200 businesses, and I want to emphasize this, nearly 200 businesses were destroyed. As many as 300 people lost their life. And I just hope that President Trump's team will help him to understand that he needs to bear witness to this reality. If he comes to Tulsa and hosts a rally, he needs to understand that Black Wall Street was past and present a symbol of Black excellence, and that he should raise awareness about this history in the wake of George Floyd's murder. If he can do that, if he can muster the courage to do that, then I think many people like myself who doubtful that the president can channel the courage and the wherewithal to unite the country. We might think differently about his decision to hold a campaign rally in Tulsa on Juneteenth, which is a sacred moment for Black Americans.
All right, Professor Farmer, thank you so much. We really appreciate your votes today.
Thank you for having me, Jim. Appreciate you.
It could be used as